Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms, guys. Today we're checking out the Siege of Tyia. So, I haven't been around for the first few days of this, but other creators were basically kind of assigned to telling you guys or giving you guys strategies on how to get through this. It was a little rough, looked like at first, but it looks like the community has kind of come together and figured this all out. That we need to go and get all these buffs and then go to the bosses, etc, etc, etc. All right, so just to cover some of the struggles I've seen, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen. Start off here. People were going off in different directions. You can see even over here, just like a bunch of tiles that are cleared out that didn't need to be. The idea was to get over to Solcadens as soon as possible. Each of these bosses is going to give you a buff. You can see it right here. During the Siege of Tyia event, all allied heroes restore 10% max HP every 10 seconds after deployment. So each of these bosses have a little bit of a different kind of buff that they're going to offer you. There's also going to be these tiles out here. Basically all these little ones here, you can see stuff they can do, certain things like Leia's Blessing. If you go there, you can see on the occupation rewards, all allies summon a random number of swords of retribution for every 20 times they deal damage. That's a good one there. We have other ones as well, that allows us to donate. That's something that we should have had pretty early on. Things like the Cyrus's Blessing as well. This is going to restore 20% rage after casting their ultimate. Makes it so you can build your heroes without a ton of rage regen in there. Just straight up as much damage as possible. Blessing of the Watch Guard. So all these are going to offer you something more and more and more. So we were kind of all over the place here. So you can see even right here, we're doing it right now still over in this area. There's nothing over there to really gain from going over there. Besides the occupation rewards that are in there, which is just going to be a little bit of combat merit, okay? So the idea was just keep doing that, come back down to Twinfiend, go ahead and over to Lord Phineas's on the way there, pick up all of these buffs the best that we can, but it is hard to organize a whole community. Some people just need to understand, especially, Moonton themselves, that, well, we're only a small portion of the player base in their game. So you can look at some of the top creators, somebody like Fastidious or Destined or whatever. And if you just check out their videos and see how many views they have on really high click-through rates videos, I would say something like, oh, there's a bug here, or oh, this new hero is coming out. Here's a hero guide for it. Stuff like that. And you're gonna see top right around 10, maybe 20K on really, really good videos. They gotta be something pretty special. And especially like a new one. So for the creators to get these videos out and expect everybody that's on a server to be following these kind of guidelines is tough. It is tough, but we come together somehow. I noticed there's a lot of people posting on Facebook for some of these videos, a lot of people posting in Discords all over the place for these videos, trying to tell people like, hey, stop going off here. What are we going up here for? What are we going down here past Twinfiend for? What are we going down here on the right side of Ezereth for? What are we doing? We're gonna go any further. I'm surprised. See, you can kind of see they stopped doing it here. So this whole bottom right corner isn't really getting occupied. But if you look over at Twinfiend, which was kind of early on, people are occupying all around this where they didn't need to go. So still over here, it's kind of low right now, but you can see some people are occupying these tiles. And honestly, I think it's kind of like just people figuring out the game and trying to understand what's going on. You watch a couple of videos, you can see the Discord posts, the social media posts, whatever, and it kind of comes together. All right, but anyways, we have all of the buffs. You can see all the tiles with the buffs have been purified, and we own those buffs now. So every occupation reward is ours. So we can move on to the bosses. All right, so now we're gonna move into actually attacking these bosses. So we do have Twinfiend, Lord Phineas, and Solcadens available. I do believe that Ezereth has to wait yet for a little bit of time. We have to occupy the Hellfire Throne, Lord of Desolation, and the Furnace Lord to unlock Ezereth. So we do need to take these bosses down now quickly. There is these two, I think actually there's just one left here, this one here. The Hex's Blessing right now that we have to get yet. All marksman basic attacks have a 10% chance to summon a meteor. Not too important. If you want to hit that, go ahead and hit that, but otherwise Rael's going to be best used in other places. So We're going to start with Lord Phineas, and this is going to be the team that I'm going to use. It's going to be Ingrid, Kagiri, Sumukong, Ireless, and Durza. Durza obviously is going to be triggering Kagiri, helping me trigger Kagiri, because the boss, Lord Phineas here, is going to kind of disappear. He's going to teleport behind you, hit you, or something like that. When he comes back, he's also going to be immune to damage for a little bit, so all your hits will miss. I don't really know how that mechanic is actually worded, but either way, you have to wait just a little bit before you activate Sumukong and Kagiri, and then you can actually use them in between his skills. So just keep that in mind when we go into it. I am going to do a Memoria. Basically just invite 2 guys, random people. I'm not too worried about who they are at this point because I'm just trying to show you guys my team. And then we're going to be using my Ingrid is going to be in Cataclysm, Kagiri is going to be in Cataclysm, Sumukong is going to be in Hell's Lament. We have Ireless in an Invigoration set, I believe, as well as Durza. Durza does offer Inspiration, and he offers some debuffs. He offers some buffs as well as he's doing his stuff. And then we have damage boosts coming in from Ireless and coming in from Ingrid. These 3 are all A5. I think Ireless is A4. I don't remember that. I'll just go and look quick. Durza is going to be an A2, so he's nothing too crazy, and Ireless is A4, yes. Alright, so that's the team we're going to be using. If you do it this way, you're not really, your teammates aren't using morale, so it could be a good idea just to use auto battles like this. Alright, so let's get into it. I'll show you this. I actually re-recorded this a couple of times. We have Spidey and FCSM. Hopefully you guys had a good team. So you're going on Showcase right now on YouTube. Alright. Huge shout out to anybody that's on here. So kind of see where your teammates are going. We're going to put Kagiri up here. We're going to put Sumukong right here. We are going to put Ireless way back here. We can put our Ingrid up here. Switch her over. And then put down our Durza. Set the autos to let Durza do his thing. And pretty much just make sure that your Ingrid is in star mode. So there we go. Durza's going. You can activate your Kagiri. Here comes that supernova. He's gonna teleport. He's gonna come out, do something, and come back. And you see they all missed for a moment there. Something to keep in mind to make sure that you attack. Usually right before he uses a skill is a good time to do it. And you should do significant amount of damage. Alright, so with the way for Kagiri, you can use your Sumukong. Activate your Kagiri. You should hit him quick enough. Kagiri is in the lead for damage right now. Go ahead and activate our Sumukong. Wait till that guy comes back. Durza should activate. You can activate your Kagiri. Yep, took the damage. And you can see we have plenty of damage coming in. Sumukong is coming a little late here. I think you just missed that one. Alright, so be wary of that, guys, of course. Be wary of that. So we're coming up on 1 million here. I'm gonna wait till he comes back before I hit him with Sumukong. There we go. Might have to skip Yuri on this one. Just fine. Wait till he comes back. Wait a moment, then activate and activate Sumukong as well. We have like 1.2 million. Pretty good. Looking good. Looking good. Activate Kagiri, activate Sumukong. Get those hits in. Alright, 1.3. We got a minute left. I'm not going to get them off in time. There we go. Get those 2 guys going. They're kind of neck and neck, those 2. Sumukong and Kagiri. Ingrid coming in 3rd place here. We're right before that skill kind of gets to a half point or so. You want to use that. 1.5 is the goal here. I believe it's 1.5. There we go. Another one off. 0.8. I think you can go up to 2. I think the purification score is maxed out at a certain level. So purification score is 3600. We have 1.8.36 million. Yes, 1.8.36 million. 57% of the damage. Kagiri coming in at 413 million. We have Sumukong coming in at 411. And our Ingrid coming in at 199. I make sure I did switch her over. I think I did, but that's just pretty typical for Ingrid. Pretty good damage out of these guys. this Watcher team can be used on a lot of the teams, or a lot of the bosses. I'll showcase that a little bit, but we're going to move on to Solcadens now. Alright, so we are moving on to the Hellfire Throne. That's going to be the Solcadens boss. I'm going to be running Ingrid, Kagiri, Sumukong, Ireless, and our Dracula. Dracula is one of the best DPSs, even outside of the Lord bonus. So Valoran doesn't really bring good extra damage to the Chaos faction. So if you ran like a Gon, you'd get a ton of damage out of him. You could do things like Sergei. You could do anything possible. Just make sure you keep your heroes alive. If you're going to run Dracula, you're going to want to run him up higher. Ireless works really good for him. Carnelian works really good for him. Just to help keep him alive, so you don't have to worry about the timing of his ultimate. So it's all gonna depend on that though. All right, so let's go ahead and get our guys in here. Oops, I just invited him live. We'll just grab somebody right away and fill the spots. There we go. Use your Memoria if you can, like I said before. I'm gonna move myself up. Let's see what these guys are made of. Camelbin and Ryadmos. See what you guys got. So he's running a Ribbon Hold. Pretty much what I'm running, except running Ribbon Hold instead of Ireless. So that's okay. Now let's see where he runs these guys. They're gonna both kind of occupy that spot. So I'm gonna have to come down in the middle, which is whatever. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We're just gonna occupy just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put people on auto, especially Sumukong and Kagiri. Just let them do their things. You don't have to worry about that too much. I'm just gonna leave it on full auto and let these guys do their damage. All right, so yeah, Dracula's a pretty good hitter. You can see doing 72k up there. 75 million is what that probably is. Let's take Kagiri off of the auto so I can kind of time that a little bit better. It looks like with Ireless, you don't really have to worry about Dracula too much. You do want to time Kagiri's ultimate a little bit better. Oh, he didn't really hit him there. That kind of sucked. But yeah, it looks like the damage isn't that hard to get on this boss. You kind of just let it go and do a ton of damage. Now the boss can't take debuffs on this stage. These guys are pretty much pointless. They're not really doing anything. I'm not using Kagiri like I should be. My bad. Supposed to be activating, I forgot. But yeah, pay attention to what's going on more than I am. Don't talk as much while you're doing it to somebody else. Doesn't work so well. It looks like Kagiri's ultimate is being a little bit weird. He's right up front. You'd think that he would take that damage and be just fine. Oh, come on. Come on. That took AoE that time. It was a little slow. But we're sitting right around 2 million. You get much higher scores than this, like I said before. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate Kagiri. He kind of just does whatever he wants anyways. Yeah, we'll just let him run. So, yeah, I think you're looking for a 3 million score on this one. Would be nice to get. We got about a minute left. We should be able to hit that. Sumukong and Kagiri A5s are just insane in general, guys. So, but you can see Count Dracula is keeping up with Sumukong very well. You could drop your Kagiri in this one, or decide to run the Chaos faction in general. It's a little more sketchy. It can be a little more scary. You can see it's pretty tight here, actually. I'm not gonna lie. We're sitting around 200,000 away from the score here, the goal. Let's see if we can actually make that happen right now. 5 seconds left. Come on. There we go. I hit 3 million by 15. 3.015 million. That's pretty perfect there. Purification score is 3,515. Yeah, that's a pretty good team here. So we're looking at 438 coming out of Sumukong. We have our Dracula. He's so cool lately. He's been really kind of coming out of the woodworks. 358 million coming out of him. 292 out of Kagiri. 225 out of Ingrid. All right, so that's it for the Solcadens team. For my suggestion, like I said, let's bring in heavy single target damage dealers. And do as much as you can, and consider the fact that you don't have to worry about debuffs on this boss. It's not going to help you out anything at all. So decreased defense, all that good stuff isn't going to work. He's completely immune. Alright, let's move on to Twinfiend. Alright, so now we're moving on to Twinfiend, the Furnace Lord. So the Furnace Lord is going to be putting debuffs out on you. So we have the Ember Decay, Molten Mire, Hellfire Resonance, and you're going to have to be able to cleanse those off. So you're going to want to run like an Eloin or a Disomi or any other hero or healer that can go ahead and cleanse those debuffs off of you. I think Tallulah is even doing it at this point, if I remember correctly. There's plenty of them. You want to check out prospector.gg, go to the hero guides, and then just add that filter in there for heroes that have defensive dispels. That's what we're looking for. You can run something like Esoterra's faction is pretty good at this, as it has always been a good faction with poisons, just for any kind of bosses in general. So we're looking at bosses. A lot of the Abyss teams, a lot of the Nightmare 4 teams, whatever, Guild Boss teams, all going to work pretty well. Celine can work pretty well here as well. So she's able to put a vulnerability to magic damage, which is going to be an extra 30% magic damage coming in. Or if you don't want to go that route, you can choose the route of just adding another DPS in there. But basically 4 DPS and make sure you have a cleanser. So you can choose to run Elowen as a cleanser and then maybe run Diao Chen as well if you want to, just to have an inspiration boost if you'd like. Is another good option. There's all kinds of different ways you could do this. You could run the Watcher team as well, but it is a little bit easier. I think this team right here is pretty go-to, especially the fact that their rage comes back so fast. When you do go in, just make sure that you're careful about where your teammates set their heroes. So you gotta make sure that all of your heroes are in Elowen range. If they're not, they're not gonna live. So something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna go to the Memoria again, just kind of grab these same 2 guys here. I will wait just a moment to let them place their heroes, and then basically we will get them all on the field. I'll show you how it goes. It's kind of like a full auto thing. It means a little bit easier to not have to really worry about much as you go throughout the battle. Just let your heroes hit it hard as often as possible is what you're looking for here. You can see we do have a Watcher team on there as well. Let's see where these guys all put their heroes. Okay, so they're putting them right there. I'm going to go ahead and put down these guys here. Get Elowen on the field as well. Get our Vorn and our Nasty on the field. We're going to put this on full auto, okay? Alright, so you're going to see Numera should end up really close or higher than Sun Wukong's. They do really well. Sun Wukong is doing really well with these bosses in general, but Numera should take the cake in the long run. You just have to give it some time. Same kind of scores and goals here. We're looking for that 3 million score, and it should be pretty easy to do. Sorry if I'm kind of off the screen a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. As for gear here on these guys, you know, Vorn's running a Cataclysm set. He could run Infernal Roar. Hell's Lament, I think, is even a good one for him. Same thing with our Nastia. We have Hell's Lament on Numera, and then we have Invigoration or Wings of Grace on your Elowen. Like I said, the Elowen doesn't have to be too crazy, and these guys don't need a lot of rage regen. You just build them up for as much damage as you could possibly get them in, okay? The Esoterra's faction, if you can get exclusive rings on all of them, that is ideal. And oh yeah, Morden I think is running a Cataclysm. I just didn't have another set of anything else. I guess I could have run Solcadens. You can run Cataclysm. You can run, I think even Infernal Roar works really well with him. But Morden is coming in at 136 million, so that's something to keep in mind. My Numera is, like I said, taking the cake at the top. We're at 1.5 minutes left, and we're at about 2.2, 2.3 million. So that's a pretty good indicator we should make it, but you never know. You never know. You never know on the end here. But all you have to do is try to get that 3 million, and you should be pretty happy with it. And just always, like I said in a lot of the other matches too, just do the best that you can and play the game mode. You're gonna have a lot of fun doing it, guys. You want to have your friends get together. You guys can just join yourselves on Discord and a chat, and video chats or whatever. Share your screens, come up with ideas. That kind of stuff is really cool and really neat. Plus, they can really go crazy with what these bosses all do, and we're always having much more diverse battles going on. As you can see, we just crossed over those 3.37 million. Very, very nice. Team worked very well. Very well indeed. So let's go next. So we each got about 39%, 31%, 29% coming out of these guys. So 492 million coming out of Numera. Vorn coming at 311. Vorn is somebody that I wish I would summon for more often, but there's always something going on around those banners that I want to skip him. Nasty at 294. And then we have our Morden at 233.5. I should go ahead and show you guys those awakenings. I think Numera is at awaken level 3. Nasty is awaken level 1. I also think that Vorn is A1 as well. So Vorn is A1, Nasty is A1. We have Morden at A3, and Numera at A3. So Morden and Numera are both at the key awakenings. The other one is at A5. A3 works really good. You'll be happy if you just have an A0 is fine as well. You just have to make sure that you have those cleanses, and that global rage regen is very helpful, especially with the Ferris's faction team. But like I said, you could run the Watchguard faction. You could run your same thing. You could run your Ingrid, Kagiri, Sun Wukong, and be completely happy with it. All right, now I want to go a little bit over the shop as well. So as you unlock these things are, as we unlock these, I should say, like the Siege of Tia, the variant gem here. This is going to be I think it's like a random legendary hero, but I don't know which the list is going to be, if it's completely random or what. I can't remember the details on that, but variant gem is going to be in there. The Siege of Tia, we have the Occupy the Hellfire Throne and Lord of Desolation. It's going to be about 7,000 each. I would say you want to make sure you get your 15k for this legendary here. The variant gem is pretty cool. Those are pretty rare. They're hard to get out of the trials. As far as these two here, they're random gear pieces, so I don't know, it's the same as this one here. So it's going to give you one random piece of gear from the following gear sets: Warlord and Mortal Warrior, and depending on what you're really looking for. So you have to kind of keep in mind that is that really worth your resources? Depends on how much of these combat merits you actually earned during this time. And then you come down here, we have the rare summoning crystals. You can get 10 of those. You can get 10 ancient summoning crystals. This is going to be probably second priority for most of you. Get these ancients. The rare summoning crystals and legendary summoning crystals can be next. A lot of people struggle with the skill crystals, so you're going to want to pick those up if you need them. And then diamonds is kind of like preference on the skill crystals and the diamonds. It's just kind of personal preference on what you have. And we also have the normal shop here as well, which you can spend your combat merit on. And the more tiles that we occupy, you can get a little extra to clean it up. Hopefully we get a chance to occupy more than just the bosses and start cleaning some stuff up even more. So I think that we can. But anyways, make sure you collect your combat merit every day. Make sure you get your morale spent every day. Start attacking these bosses. I think we have, at the point of making this video, we have this one more blessing here from Hex's Blessing. That's something that we could kind of clear out if somebody's interested in doing that. It's not super important, but we want to start with Solcadens. Get Solcadens cleared out, and then go to the next boss, and then to the next boss. Well, Twinfiend is looking like 65%, but you can use these buffs during the Siege of Tia's event. All ID heroes are immune to debuffs. So you can use these buffs to help yourself out on the other stages and the other bosses as you go along. So it's something to keep in mind. I think the Solcadens one is extra HP. During the Siege of Tia event, all allied heroes restore 10% max HP every 10 seconds after deployment. We do have to occupy that tile to get that, and then you'll get these rewards. I think it's daily. I think is what it does. But yes, you'll get that stuff. I don't think it's daily. I don't remember what the details are in there. Occupation rewards here for Lord Phineas is during the Siege of Tia event. Increase all allied heroes damage by 30% for 10 seconds every 40 seconds after deployment. Huge buff for you guys if we can take that boss down. Yeah, it's definitely worth going after. And then when we take those 3 guys down, we're going to be able to take on Ezerith. And we need to make sure we have all the buffs that we can possibly get before we're ready to go for Ezerith. For those of you that did, thank you for cooperating with all the content creators throughout this event. I also want to know your thoughts down in the comment section at this moment in time, what you thought about the Siege of Tia. So let me know down in the comments. I'm definitely going to go ahead and forward that comment section to the devs, and hopefully they take some of the feedback for next time around, because I think it's definitely going to come around again, and it may be a little bit different next time. So your feedback will be heard. I do want to see it, that way we can forward that off to the devs. Anyways, that's all I have for today's video. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe. Make sure you check out prospector.gg. Make sure you check out discounts.prospector.gg if you're going to be making any purchases. We do get a 5% kickback from that as well, and I appreciate using my exclusive link. But anyways, I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.